So, guys, we all know who is Canada's new prime minister. He's already in office. He's already meeting with a lot of people, and he has recently given out a mandate letter, which typically directs all the ministers, the entire cabinet, onto the priorities of his office in the next upcoming term. And that particular letter also talks about immigration in the background. Since on this channel we talk a lot about immigration, in fact, everything about Canadian immigration, we will try to take a closer look. We will basically try to decipher the mandate letter and see what are the key immigration takeaways. Although the letter looks pretty short, and unlike the previous prime minister, who used to issue a letter to the immigration minister, like a proper dedicated letter, this time the new prime minister has only issued this particular letter, which talks about multiple other things, including immigration. So let's just try to take a deeper look at this and try to see what are the key takeaways. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are interested in moving to Canada, this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So guys, we are trying to decipher the mandate letter that has been issued by the new Prime Minister of Canada, Prime Minister Mark Carney, and this particular letter is addressed to his colleagues who will get a directive because he's recently announced his cabinet, which includes many new faces, multiple changes, and we already have the new immigration minister of Canada as well. So, what really happens is every now and then, if not now and then, so every time there is a new term, if there is a new cabinet or there is a new minister, the prime minister does issue a mandate letter and talks about what are the priorities of his government going forward. Previously, Justin Trudeau used to issue a dedicated mandate letter to the immigration minister, which did talk volumes in terms of longer list of priorities. But this time, the prime minister has issued a letter which has a specific point of um, immigration related priorities. Although that point appears to be short, but there are other key points which directly or indirectly correlate with immigration, and also trying to look at his other tweets and his speeches and everything, try to see what are his main focuses with regards to Canadian immigration, and also bits and pieces picked up here and there. So first of all, if you look at the mandate letter very specifically, um, let me just bring it up on the screen. Yes. So very specifically, these are the seven priorities that his government has listed, amongst which there is one specific line about Canadian immigration that says attracting the best talent in the world to help build our economy while returning our overall immigration rates to sustainable levels. So these are two things here. Okay, to sustainable levels. Also, a couple of things, if you look at up here, is like establishing economic and scrutiny relationships. So this typically talks about safety, securing the borders. It can also so safety, entry requirements, refugees, all of these things come under this particular point. um, Building the Canadian economy by removing barriers. So this can talk about newer people getting their licenses and all of those things. So this can transform into that. If you look at bringing the cost down, and the second one, this is all about having temporary residents, students, study permits, and foreign workers inside Canada. So this can directly or indirectly have an impact on that. Um, and then obviously securing the border. So in a more deeper look, if I try to understand this mandate letter, there are a couple of things which clearly stand out, right? First, he is talking about returning the overall immigration to sustainable levels, and we've already seen that the immigration has reduced the overall targets by approximately, or if not over, by about 20% already, right? So if you look at the levels plan of 2025 and 2027, we've already taken a hit of almost close to 100,000 people, say 90,000 people, and the temporary resident targets have already been introduced. And there was one particular speech where he said that I want to bring the temporary resident population and the newcomers to, less than, so newcomers should be less than 1%, and the temporary resident population should be less than 5% of the overall population inside Canada, which is close to about 2 million. So yes, in terms of targets, is very specific. The targets, or the newer government should focus on target. There should not be any unexpected surprises. And so I'm not sure if the Liberal government under Prime Minister Carney still will continue those random TR2 PRs and all of that, but it is very less expected to happen under his leadership, at least. Then he's also talked about attracting the best talent around the world. And when you talk about attracting the best talent, within Canadian immigration, the newer targets, although newer targets for 2025 onwards, so 2026 onwards will be more important because that's a new leadership. So far, we are seeing 61.7% of the newer admissions, PR admissions by 2027 to be admitted under economic immigration. So that pretty much talks about how the newer permanent residents should be invited to Canada. The focus should be on economic priorities. For example, people with the best talent, which I don't know why STEM would not be there. STEM has to be there, but can be newer targets or newer categories which can come in probably next year. But overall, we do have exceptional focus on healthcare, francophone, so physicians, nurses, all of those are obviously then under the gamut of healthcare. So they are obviously in preference. You see RCIP, you see PNPs, all of those have consistently talked about healthcare. And just to let you know, for Canada, healthcare is not only doctors or physicians, it also includes nurse orderlies, aides, education support workers, education assistants, and all of that. So for them, health and social workers is a combined gamut that they look at, if not teachers to be specific. But yes, healthcare and support is very, very important for Canada at the moment, and at least to sustain the ongoing infrastructure. The other category that is in importance is obviously francophone. We already know that the standing committee has made very strong recommendations, and Canadian government is right now looking hell-bent on making that happen. So that should continue. STEM, there are no clear directives as of now, but looks like the upcoming step, the provincial nomination programs and the draws should be able to give us more justice. Although one recent move by British Columbia on bringing in high impact individuals gives us a sense of a direction where STEM with higher salaries or global talent stream and all of that could still continue. So entry level STEM might not be that important, but yes, higher paid individuals from the STEM category could just make the cut. We are due to see all of that. The mandate letter also talks about humanitarian pathways, because they are focusing on compassion and nation building, and obviously with sustainable levels and safety and security. But yes, humanitarian pathways should continue to be an important target. Also, by the immigration levels plan, they are still under the agency applications are still under consideration. So that should probably be an important part. Overall, I think the letter is focusing. If you look at the sense of the letter, they are focusing on safety, security, also maintaining the level. So no extended news and no expectation of newer programs or new targets and whatnot. So all of that is not. So immigration may not increase, but inside Canada, TR to PR transition, they could be these things could be the focus. You could see focus on trades, focus on construction, focus on healthcare. That's the current tone of the Canadian immigration. Also, compassionate, newer changes in refugees. So I've just released a tweet that really talks about the whole sense. But this letter, to be precise, is sustainable levels and bringing in the people we need. That's pretty much it. No newer targets, because they want to bring down the inflation, and they want to control the rentals and the housing, and also they want to keep it safe and secure. So that means refugees. These are the key four takeaways from the mandate letter that has been issued by the Prime Minister, the new Prime Minister of Canada. So TR to PR pathways, students and spouses don't expect a lot of action. It should pretty much be flat. Refugee claimants, please be prepared, be very strong in your applications. And generally, all the other applicants, just monitor IRCC for your updates. Hopefully, next year could just get a bit better. Guys, I hope the information today was helpful. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do consider subscribing. We do dig deep in Canadian immigration and bring you tons of updates. Do consider following us on other social media platforms as well. Also, if you have anything specific to discuss with us on your personal case, we would be happy to take a closer look. You can book an appointment and we would be happy to discuss your case going forward. Guys, once again, thanks for tuning in and we really wish you all the best.